Powered by the Montana Television Network. Montana This Morning continues on Montana's News Leader.
The man accused of kidnapping 13-year-old Jamie Kloss and killing her parents is back in court today. I'm Mark Liverman with more on why investigators say the abduction was planned.
Homes in Bozeman can be quite expensive. I'm Adair Spab, and later on I talked with city employees to find out what is considered an affordable home in Bozeman.
We'll have that story in just a moment. Meantime, it's just ahead of 6:30. Chet Lehman, Missy O'Malley with you here. Our top story across the country today. We could soon learn about the motive for the kidnapping of 13-year-old Jamie Kloss and the murder of her parents.
The man who police say is responsible will be back in front of a judge today. CBS's News' Mark Liverman has our latest.
21-year-old Jake Thomas Patterson will appear in court today. He is accused of abducting 13-year-old Jamie Kloss and killing her parents. He's charged with 1 count of kidnapping and 2 counts of first-degree intentional homicide. His attorneys say they're hopeful this highly publicized case can be tried fairly.
Clearly, emotions, information, misinformation, there's a lot of stuff out there right now. We're confident, Mr. Patterson, his legal team, in putting our faith in the judicial system to make sure that all of it comes out appropriately.
Jamie's parents were shot to death on October 15th. When police found their bodies, there was no sign of the teenager. Kloss was held against her will for 88 days at this secluded cabin in remote Wisconsin. Investigators say the abduction was planned, but they're still trying to determine a motive. On Thursday, Jamie managed to escape.
Dad had to call my neighbor, and she comes screaming in my door. I'll never, ever forget her screaming, "Sue, Sue, they found Jamie."
Her family speaking on CBS This Morning today about the moment they found out she was alive. She was first spotted by a neighbor walking her dog. Patterson was picked up by police just minutes later. He has no criminal history and is relatively unknown to his neighbors and community. Mark Liverman, CBS News.
Now, police say Patterson shaved his head in preparation for the abduction so as not to leave any trace of evidence at the Kloss home. Jamie is now back with her family, living with her aunt. We will keep you updated when we find out more information. It's terrifying.
Absolutely. A very emotional interview with Gail King coming up on CBS This Morning with the family there.
And with all the law enforcement, everyone just keeps going back to the idea, what a brave young girl to hold strong for as long as you did, to bust out and then run through the woods with no mittens, no coat. I mean, we're
going to learn a lot, and I'm not sure I want to know. That's where I kind of stand with all of that. But we're glad she's okay and back with us.
So glad she's alive. It's amazing.
Meantime, Matt, we are starting this work week a little on the chilly side. Clear skies will kind of do that to you.
Yeah, crisp conditions early on this morning. You'll need those coats early on. The afternoon's going to be fantastic.
Well, you just go beyond?
All right. Yeah. All right. Skies are pretty clear for most of us. It looks like we're going to be dealing with pretty quiet conditions for the next couple of days.
Who knew your forecast was a democracy put up to vote?
I'll say.
All right. We do have some fog in parts of the area. We'll talk more about your forecast. A chance to see a lunar eclipse. Lots of stuff coming up in just a few minutes.
Okay, I'll leave the eclipse to you. Thank you, Matt. Coming up on 6:33, in our top local story out of the Bozeman area out of the weekend, a 19-year-old woman was arrested on Saturday night after running from police and crashing her vehicle in downtown Bozeman. Police say it was just after 11 p.m. Saturday when they got a call about shots being fired and disorderly conduct. An officer stopped a vehicle on 7th and Durston, who police believe was being driven by the suspect. The driver stopped, but then drove away at a high speed, ran a red light on 11th, and collided with another car, then crashed into the Cancer Support Community's fence on 11th. Executive Director Becky Franks says she will work with others to repair the Garden of Hope back to where it was before.
And so the beauty of this garden helps them feel at peace. And so we're going to get it back to that condition as soon as possible, because we know that tomorrow people will be diagnosed with cancer and we're going to be here for them.
Now, 4 people were injured during that crash. They were all taken to Bozeman Health. The suspect was taken to the Gallatin County Detention Center and faces criminal endangerment charges. She will appear in Justice Court today. As more information becomes available, we will keep you updated online and on air.
In other headlines, in the next couple of months, the Bozeman School District will be reaching out to the community to ask for help in naming the second high school. Superintendent of Schools Rob Watson says there are certain rules when naming a school. School can be named after physical location like Highlight, But if it is named after a person, it must be the name of someone who's no longer living. District will post the rules online and ask community members to submit ideas for the name.
Our committee, the same committee that's working on boundaries, will take a look at all those suggestions and sort of narrow it down to probably a list of 10 or 20, and then we'll put those out for a vote for the entire community. The top 5 vote getters would go to our school board, who would have the final decision.
So no Missy O'Malley High School there. Watson says there are no rules for choosing a mascot and colors, but the district will ask for input on those as well. So many, many more decisions to be made before the second high school.
So it's got to be a location.
Or it can be a location or a dead person.
Yep. So it can't be the Montana This Morning coming at your high school. No,
that's a location.
Yeah, yeah.
Right here in Tropical Four Corners.
There you go. There you go. Switching gears now. One of the biggest obstacles Bozeman city officials face right now, creating affordable housing, and they will face it again tomorrow. Tonight at the City Commission meeting.
Yeah, the Commission talks about affordable housing a lot, but what does that exactly mean in the city's eyes?
It's no secret how fast Bozeman is growing, and with 3 to 4 people moving here each day, the price and demand for housing keeps on going up. So the question arises, what is considered an affordable house in Bozeman?
A 3-bedroom house is about $218,000 in our affordable price bracket, and then it's also eligible for some down payment assistance.
An affordable price is determined by the size of the home and how many people plan to live there. The problem in the past has been developers don't understand what is considered a lower priced home and what is a moderate priced home. To fix this, the city is updating the document.
The hope is that it takes some of the confusion out of the ordinance and makes things easier going forward.
Once the ordinance is updated, the next step is finishing the action plan to not only define what affordable housing means, but a guideline moving forward.
It will set goals, it will set benchmarks for what exactly we're trying to accomplish in our affordable housing program. And then hopefully we can start working towards those goals.
In Bozeman, Medeiros Babb, MTN News.
Now, the Gallatin Association of Realtors says home prices increased by 14% in the last year, now around $430,000.
And Heeb's Grocery is moving into a new location, and because of this move, they will be shut down for some time this week. Bozeman new Heeb's Grocery is currently, the grocery store has closed its doors as of 5 p.m. yesterday. It works on moving into the new location off of Main Street and into Highland. This week, the new store is double the size of the old one, around 26,000 square feet. Owner Mitch Bradley said this move allowed the business to expand the variety of food that it offers, as well as more employing as well.
My wife told me we went from 26 people to 60. So we got a lot more folks. We've been able to attract some really good people, and so a lot of new faces.
Now the new store will open Thursday at 9 a.m.
In other business news, business in the Four Corners area could be moving to a different location in the future. Ferguson Enterprises store sells bath, kitchen, lighting, and plumbing products, trying to move to a 50,000 square foot building to be constructed on Highway 191 and Violet Road. On Tuesday, the business will ask for the approval of the County Commission to use the land for this store. Company said they have heard that there might be concerns about the proposal, that they believe there would be not impact to the water or sewer systems that have caused problems for the town in the past.
And this week, in Under the Big Sky, where most people would see a fallen down pile of wood or a shotgun shell destined for the garbage, Sean Kotchel sees something a little bit more. Kotchel uses his skill, enthusiasm, and creativity to make music from the stuff you and I might throw away.
I grew up on the High Line in Shelby. I was a pretty imaginative kid, always building stuff. I've made a lot of bike jumps. Furniture, I was like scrap wood. I'd make dioramas, tear toys apart and make scenery and glue them all to wood. Just anything that you could think of, I was making stuff out of it. Wood, clay, metal. Growing up, my mom and dad always had music playing in the house. The first rock show I ever went to was I was in the 4th grade, and my folks told me, if you raise the money to go, you can go. I mowed a bunch of lawns and found a ride It was Rat and Bon Jovi down in Great Falls. From there, I was addicted to going to rock shows, you know. Really into snowboarding forever, and I thought that was going to be my life. So I always worked all these different jobs, making stuff for people so I could pay for ski equipment, snowboard equipment. For whatever reason, I bought some guitar making tools. I was buying and selling guitars before that as a hobby, just to make extra money. If I found a used guitar or a cheap guitar, I'd rebuild it and then just resell it and just make a profit off of it. And then I just thought, well, instead of trying to scrounge up these guitars all the time, if I could just make the guitar, I could take out that other step. My brother happened to send me this email, and it had a link on there how to build a guitar. I was like, I'm going to build a guitar today. And I built that guitar, and I showed it to my family, and they're like, oh, that's really cool. I'm like, oh yeah, you know, it is pretty cool. They're like, you should make more. I was like, yeah, I'll make a few more. And then it just progressed from there.
Very cool. Concho Guitars, based out of Missoula, and it is our first story in our brand new lineup of Under the Big Sky. Of course, you can visit underthebigsky.com for all of our previous stories as well.
Love that.
Pretty cool.
Very cool
It
stuff.
is pretty cool.
There you go. One man's trash, another man's musical instrument.
That's
I love
awesome.
that.
It is time for a quick break here on your Monday morning. In just a moment, we take a look at Korea's incredibly popular and expensive beauty industry and how some women are making waves to get out.
But before that, we're going to check in with Bianca Goladriga to see what's coming up at 7 o'clock on CBS This Morning.
Good morning. Ahead on CBS This Morning, Gail leads our coverage from Barron, Wisconsin, as the suspect in Jamie Kloss's kidnapping heads to court. She'll talk with Jamie's 2 aunts and cousin, plus the dog walker who found her. Also hear from the sheriff who led the search. And then John goes on tour with Dave Matthews in Charlottesville, Virginia, to see how the band is investing in the city that they call home. It's a packed show for you this Monday morning. We'll see you at 7.